What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, as promised, I'm coming at you with some world's top 8 deck lists. I've been watching avidly the entire weekend. However, because of my time zone, it always starts in Las Vegas, and I'm in the +8 time zone. It's like 1 a.m. at night. So I'm mostly having to catch the replays. I did watch the entirety of day one at the actual time that it was live, but then I got so tired I had to watch replays. So as I'm recording this, I haven't actually watched the replay of the final day. So no spoilers. I'm trying my best to keep my blinkers on. I haven't been on X or anything because right after I finish recording this, I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch the final day. However, at least I knew who the top 8 contenders are and what deck lists they're playing. So I've done a little bit of picking and choosing the ones that I found to be the most interesting, but probably what's going to end up happening is I'll run my way through all of them, because there's a couple of ones that stack up. They're like the same deck. Ha-Fam, Canadian gentleman, is on Dimir Midrange, which I believe is very similar to what Kai Bude is playing. So honestly, the dominance of Dimir so far, I still don't know who won. But what really stood out to me as interesting, well, first of all, Jean-Emmanuel Deprat, after a phenomenal day one, unfortunately got a little bit of bad luck, and he made one misplay that cost him the top 8 against, I believe it was actually Kai Bude. Such a tight match. It was absolutely phenomenal. Like the gameplay, the entirety of this weekend, it's literally my favorite time of the year in Magic. It's so good to watch these people playing the game at the highest levels. It is just flabbergasting. Not only are they playing in paper, so they don't have Arena, catching all the triggers and doing all the things for them. They have to, be on it, and they've got judges watching them. It's incredible to watch. Like, even myself, who I consider someone, I've got a lot of experience under my belt. I've been playing this game for years and decades. I still don't even come close to even the worst of the people in the top 8. They are just, they can see some lines that even while I'm watching the game, I'm like, and then they do a thing and I'm like, what? How did they even, anyway. The point is, I've been watching these people and all the deck lists that I've picked, at least for the next little few videos on the channel. I've watched all of these people playing those lists. So I feel like I at least have done a bit of my homework and I know how to pilot them. And again, if you want to skip all of my rambling and the introduction and the news and announcements parts of these videos, timestamps, you can go straight to the BrewTech, straight to the gameplay. But there's so much news. Like the entire of the Twitter sphere or the X-verse is on, ablaze with commentary back and forth about these huge announcements that they dropped on us when they did the panel for Foundations. Foundations itself is causing a bit of an uproar, the fact that it will be standard legal for so long. But then the big new bit of news is that half of the sets, starting from next year onwards, are going to be Universes Beyond, and they will be standard freaking legal. I'm still on the fence. I am aware of the fact that the majority of the people that play Magic are in their 30s and upwards, because we all started when we were young and the game was new. They need this game because it's a freaking corporation. Like, I don't blame them, right? I mean, that's just the nature of capitalism and the system that we live in. You need to continue to make profits for your shareholders, for the, to pay company employees and blah, 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 blah. So the best thing that they can do is to attract an entire new generation of players that will also, when they're 30 years from now, there'll be a whole new player base. And the best way that they can do that is to have things like Spider-Man set and Final Fantasy set. So like, the side of me that wants this game to survive and not like die off as us oldies, us boomers, get, you know, older and older and eventually stop playing a trading card game, we need to get these new youngsters in for the game to survive and continue going forward. And I want that to happen with all of my heart. So if that means that I need to, at some point next year, be like casting a go for the throat on Peter Parker, then so be it. There's going to be some of these IPs that don't do it for me. I don't even know anything about Final Fantasy. I think at the end of the day, we'll just get used to it. And it's going to be weird for a while, but then it's going to end up being pretty cool. And like, I just hope that they pick and choose IPs like, you know, Lord of the Rings obviously was the first big one when they did this Universes Beyond. And the proximity of the type of like lore and, you know, orcs, trolls, elves, like that's very Magic the Gathering-y. So obviously Lord of the Rings like just fits really closely. But then like suddenly, you know, when we're talking about Marvel and we're going to be having Spider-Man as a standard legal set at some point next year, it gets me a little worried. But I think that they'll be clever enough to do it in such a way that it still feels like Magic. So I'm going to reserve my judgment and wait until it actually happens. But that is the big news for this weekend. And if you want, you know, more detailed information about all of that stuff, there's articles all over the internet, and there's plenty of other content creators that do content that's more focused on like the goings on at Wizards of the Coast. That's not my place. I'm here to show you gameplay and brews. So that's it. Sorry for the long-winded announcement. I have been away from the camera for a long time. I did take a little break whilst I was watching Worlds, so it's so good to be back. I've missed you guys. And now, without further ado, let's jump into the first of World's top 8 brews. And I'm going to go with the one that suits me best, and that is going to be Mr. Quinn Tonole, American fellow who brought mono red to the tournament and went, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, undefeated in the Swiss in standard. He lost some matches in draft, but he went undefeated with mono red right into the top 8, which blew my mind when I first looked at the list. There's no slick shot show-offs. There's no, you know, red Leyline. And he went all the way. I had to give this one a try. So I took it for a spin on the ladder myself last night. And I went 4-0 in best of 3. Just freaking insane. Like, games are just over before they even start. So that's the one we're going to start with. But as you can see, I've already got Seth Manfield's list here. I've been doing a little practice with Javier Dominguez, Dimir Demons. And then I'm going to continue, and we'll probably work our way through all of the different decks that are represented in the top 8 of Worlds. So stay tuned. But for tonight, like I said, mono red from Quinn Tonole. And as you can tell from the deck box, the key like card, I think, is Screaming Nemesis. Oh wait, I wanted to change my shock arts. I'm one of those people. I can't handle the old stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 shocks in the main. Apply. Also, we got to do this and make it standard traditional. So it's a mono red deck, right? Clearly, a lot of the old suspects. It's the typical, like, you know, you have 8 burn spells that can go face to end the game off. Pretty small amount of lands, generally speaking, only 21 lands for the very low 1.7 mana curve. And what I found very interesting, like I mentioned just now, no slick shot show-offs and no like insane amount of combat tricks. There's really just Monstrous Rage. Then we'll talk about the sideboard in a second, but it's making use of the core like mouse package with Heartfire Hero, Emberheart Challenger, and Manifold Mouse, which is tried and tested, freaking phenomenal. But he's thrown in the Hired Claw, which I found very interesting, but now having played with it, amazing in this list. Not just because of the fact that it's a fairly good creature, but because it's another thing that can be given haste with the Rockface Village. Really, really cool. And what else? Nothing crazy, right? Like, just a very simple list by the looks of things. But I watched him play, and there's some crazy lines that you can do. And one of my favorites that I saw him pulling off to actually get a win is targeting your own Screaming Nemesis with Witchstalker Frenzy, which deals 5 damage to it and then you send that damage to the face of the opponent to end the game off. So there's so much reach. If you include the burn spells and that line I just mentioned, you'll be surprised. And honestly, I am pretty good at piloting this type of stuff, and I've kept away from mono red based decks because of the Leyline as a form of protest. Now that like the Leyline is banned in best of 1 and not seeing much play in best of 3 either, I'm happy to play mono red again, and with this cool like couple of new cards that makes it feel like a different sort of play style from the mono red decks that we were playing before the Leyline arrived. And now that we've looked at the main, let's have a look at the sideboard. And no big surprises. Lithomantic Barrage has been a sideboard piece for a long time. White or blue creatures will take 5 damage. So this is clearly in here for the Azorius Oculus lists, because it also can't be counted. You can get rid of the Oculus, you can get rid of Haughty Djinn, that sort of stuff, but it's obviously going to be pretty good against others as well. There's I believe a full play set. No, we've got 3 copies of Lithomantic Barrage, then 4 Torch the Towers. I believe this is for like the Mirror, or any sort of like Gruul aggro where they've got their cacophony scamps and whatnot. You don't want them to get that death trigger. Then there's 1 copy of Obliterating Bolt. I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming it's for like, again, the Mirror, once the creatures get too big to be taken out by Torch the Tower. You know, if Heartfire Hero gets targeted by a Monstrous Rage, it's already too late for a Torch the Tower. Then an additional 1 of Witchstalker Frenzy, so that's the full playset in the 75. 2 Twisted Fealty, which is interesting. It's a very nice little bit of tech in red decks for a while now, where perhaps you snag the opponent's Atraxa, and just when they think that they've turned the corner, they've slammed the Atraxa, you untap, take over their Atraxa, hit them for the win, bye-bye. And it's got this nice little bit of extra, you know, put a roll token on a thing, yada yada. And then, of course, the 4 Urabrask Forges against more control-y decks, decks that have a buttload of removal and whatnot. And that's the list. Nothing crazy, but again, the guy made it undefeated in the standard portion of Worlds, right into the top 8. I don't know how he ended the final day, because I still haven't watched the replays, but very impressive. So now it is time to jump into some games and see how the deck holds up on this end of season Mythic ladder in best of 3. I even made a little best of 1 version at some point last night. I wanted to see. Yeah, right now I'm undefeated. 4 matches. Undefeated on Mythic. So it definitely suits my play style. And I've missed playing mono red. I was just so disgusted by the Leyline that I kept myself away from it for over a month. It feels good to play just something a bit more fair. You know, 4 shocks, 4 lightning strikes, old school mono red with some prowess creatures. And this the 3-drop there is just so good. It can be really nice on defense as well. I was in the like mid 80s and I just clawed my way back into 90%. Okay, I mean, thanks Serena. Great opening hand. Yeesh. I'm tempted to keep this one. That sucks though. And the opponent's called Red Destruction. Is he gonna be a person who's playing red and he destroys with it? Or is he planning to destroy people who play red? Let's see. What's the first land gonna be? Green. Okay. Might be Gruul. Okay, we need to get rid of that right now, because otherwise it grows the other creatures. Wow, a little bit of lag there. It is Gruul. Okay. I think Mr. Delirium or something, or just Gruul aggro of some kind. Or this has Delirium, but maybe it's not like full-on Delirium, but the lag. Why is it so laggy? Internet seems fine. Maybe we have too many things open in the background. Okay. Still one card type away from having a Delirium. And we get to jam out. Oh god, that is a flood-tastic flood, mate. Not very happy with that. But we're doing 4-5 damage. So bringing the opponent down to 13. Please stop the lands now. We need only... Oh, wow. Ha! Of course. Another land. I always just cannot believe some of the things that this client can pull out of the bag. There's only like, what was it, 21 lands in the whole deck? And we're flooding. Whatever. Whatever, relax. This is only game 1. We definitely get another chance. Nemesis on Bloxies is interesting. Bro, I swear, sometimes, man, like, how is that even a thing? 3 for 5. Well, either we lose or we don't. We can bluff I have something in hand, but this is ridiculous. We've only drawn lands. Wow, this game is lagging today. Do or die. If he has another Nemesis or something in hand, we're just dead. Ooh. Okay. Let's hope he whiffs. If he whiffs, we win. 2, 4. Oh. And he gets the Delirium. I swear. We drew 7 lands in the top 11 cards of our library in a 21 land deck. Just utter nonsense. So I mean, what? I don't think any of this really helps us here. And like, I don't even feel the need to have like the Witchstalker's Frenzies, honestly. I may just like put in okay, that was just a bad luck game. Let's not so Delirium gets a, you know, if we can exile stuff, then good. Let's bring in some more removal and see what happens. That was so bad luck. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Watch us brick now. It's always one flood, one brick. Then we get the Streamer's Curse out of our system. Okay, that's way nicer. So let's go with Hero. What are we thinking? Do we get rid of this thing now? Yeah. These pain lands that he was, I mean, he really hurt himself with those. Why am I lagging so much? Oh, that is beautiful. And we can also play out the Hide Claw. Okay, this one's going a little better. Trying to close a few things in the background, so maybe it's not as laggy. This costs 1, so he took out our guy with the demolition. I mean, with exile. Unbelievable. Oh, I made a mistake. I should have ordered the blocks the other way. This is another thing that's also going to change in the next patch. If I level this up, I still can't take out the fear. And if I kill the fear... That's 7 damage. No attacks? God damn rabbit. So frustrating, man. So frustrating, dude. Wow. We really have not had a good... I guess, you know, you need one of these matches every video. Now that's GG. This guy's so lucky. Let's see what I top deck, just so we can have a laugh. We can't attack into this stuff, so, you know, let's just freaking game over. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, polite clap for the opponent, but, like, that first game, how many lands was that in a mono red deck? And then the second match, just, yeah, outplayed. Again, also pretty bad draws. I felt like I did the correct sideboarding, though. It was just a question of variance. These things are bound to happen. That's my first loss with the deck, though. On to the next one. Hopefully the streamer's curse is, you know, we got that out of our system. Playing against Prism. Prism. Are you... Bro. What? Bro, what is going on? What the... How is that a thing, bro? First of all, of the opponent scooping like that without even, like, getting to see what I'm playing. That's already pretty weird. And then, like, an opening hand with just lands and one creature. there's a side of me that, like, you know, retains a bit of an open mind and wants to believe that there isn't any nefarious business going on. And it's just... Oh, thanks. Thanks for the free wins. What a weirdo. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Why load into a match at all if you're just gonna scoop on, like, without even... Whatever. What I was saying about the algorithm is that maybe it's like we're used to seeing the type of randomization that a human can obtain by doing, like, pile shuffling and things by hand, and then an algorithm does true actual randomization algorithmically, mathematically, and then it like cooks up some situations that appear to be just a little weird, and then especially for somebody who plays as much as I do on Arena, you start to pick out some weird patterns and things, and you know, you call bullshit and put your tinfoil hat on, but like maybe it's just actual, you know, variance. But sometimes, I mean, like, what the hell was that hand? And that game one on the previous match. Totally random. Okay, that feels a little bit more normal. I have a feeling we could trim a land here, frankly, but okay. No, go for the throat. Wow, amazing. This is probably a very bad matchup, especially if it's like a green land next. Okay, no. Gotta diversify our threats here for now. He'll take out the hero, I would say. Most probably. You know, if there's a chance of a turn 3 Liliana, always you need to have, especially, I mean, we've got hasty creatures, but none in hand. So if it's Liliana now, do we take out the High Claw or the Monastery Swiftspear? Aha! So this could be really problematic for the opponent. Again with the lands, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to get it going now and not use up this Monstrous Rage. Because if it's gonna be a like a demon, a freaking 6/6 demon next turn, we may want to have a double striking Manifold Mouse with Monstrous Rage next turn. If we could just avoid another land, that would be amazing. Bronco. Top deck friggin' city. Am I seeing like a stick there? Douche. Whew. Maybe a bit of luck there. Not, you know, not having to deal with a Arcfiend of the Dross right away. 5 damage. White or blue. Meh. Maybe this is a time for Twisted Fealty, frankly. But what do you cut? So I can't remember, were we on the play or the draw there? We were on the play. So maybe we can trim one of these. And a shock. It's that type of match where, like, the creatures are too big. So we may need to steal one at the opportune moment and win that way. Bro, this is ridiculous, man. Again, I think I forgot to mention during the earlier portion of this video. Come on, man. Just what is going on here? I'm sorry. Like, this is not possible, bro. What I forgot to mention is that, of course, the amount of difference between playing on Arena and in paper is so vast that I find like they play a little bit more lands than you maybe should in Arena, like, so that they ensure their land drops and whatnot in best of 3. But yeah, like, this is ridiculous. I mean, how many matches have we now had where this has been the case? Okay. Shieldred. Okay. Can we kill this thing? Yes, we can. Oh wait, we can't. First major misplay of the night. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, we're dead. We're so dead. However, if this goes down to 0, right? There's that chance. Please give me the fealty now. Bro, this game is broken. Like, how is this a thing, bro? How is this a thing? Like, how the hell are we flooding? I'm sorry, bro. People that don't believe in streamers curse. I'm cutting a freaking land, bro. Like, come on, man. That is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. It's too slow, the Forge, in this matchup. 5 damage. Yeah, I mean, that would have taken out the damn dude. Unbelievable. I'm blown away. I've never had such a bad flood in like 5 matches, and now like as soon as I turn on the camera, like, that's like 3 games where we've just had like obscene amount of lands in the opener. Finally, okay, that feels a little bit more normal. On the play is also obviously great for us. Every game, turn 1 duress. Absurd. Absolutely absurd. Yeah, take my Monstrous Rage. We all know that's what you want to take. So in that case, I shall double drop. Unbelievable, bro. We've trimmed the land now. Watch us brick completely and never find the 3rd one to actually cast Twisted Fealty. Ah, miracle, huh? Let's see if there's any reaction here. Right, finally we actually have one of our good cards here. However, it's probably just gonna get... Wow. But okay, we're still getting in for damage. The opponent's down to 8. I'm a huge fan of this claw. Please make it stop. Right, if he has another removal spell. Okay. Pity about that Urabrask, because he knows, and now he's avoiding playing out. Oh, okay. Yes! 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 Justice prevails after that algorithmical flood of doom that we had. Oh, I needed that. I really needed that. Alright. One defeat, one opponent who just let... I'll try and edit that out of the video, and then one good game against Dimir Demons, where we managed to get, plow through that deluge of removal spells. I would love to play something that doesn't have black in the mana base right now, thank you. Yeah, the way the deck would perform in paper compared to on Arena, on the ladder, is... Also, these decks are highly tuned for the metagame that the pros were expecting at Worlds, and then now we're playing it on the best of 3 ladder on Arena. Oh, Mulligan. Mulligan. That's crazy town. Fiddlehead 555, are you gonna just scoop again? We need some good content here, okay. Someone that, like, mulligans that much makes me wonder. Imagine this thing had haste. Oh, that would really be sweet. Okay. Can target our hero in a pinch if there is a black source after this and it ends up being cut down or something. Could be Golgari midrange. Yep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so I think we do it, right? It's just worth it. Like, ends up being 5 damage to the face. And if we top deck... I was really hoping for a 3rd land there, but we can go shock. I wonder why the heavy mulligan there with Golgari. Haha, what's your pick? No 3rd land? It's insane. Hopefully that's one less anoint for our Nemesis, because this is game, like... I think regardless, we've got him. There's no life gain here that I know about. Okay. Boom! So Golgari mid, huh? There's gonna be some Shieldreds. There's gonna be some what's the name of the card I'm thinking of? Glissas. Our removal is okay against that, honestly, right now as is. And again, I'm still not entirely sure why the Lithomantic Barrage is, but we're on the draw again. Let's try the same plan as last time, like cut a shock, cut this, and bring in like the fealties, because Dimir also plays some big demons. There hasn't been a single match here where I felt the need to bring in the forges. They're just, I don't know, feel slow. We need to, like, end the games. Wow, finally we're getting, like, some more decent... lag. Beanstalk? Okay, this is the ramp deck. I got, like, an obscene amount of everything, so pretty scary. And maybe even Liliana's, which is why I played out another creature. Then we have options. Next turn we can either go for the double whammy. Okay, please no cut downs. Nope. Okay, so no double whammies. We just hold up burn. Keep applying the pressure. Be 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's worth it. Because then we can just end it with the shock. Sorry, 9. Because you don't get the roll again. Very little life gain. Yeah. That's fine. Game over, bud. Bye. Bye-bye. They didn't even touch us. Like, for 2... Like, I really can see how this player got where he did in the event. I can't wait to find out who won. Like, I can't wait to stop recording this video so that I can, like... I've got some popcorn in the fridge. I went to the cinema last night with my kids and there was leftovers. We brought them home. I got a thing of popcorn. I'm gonna just... and watch the whole of the last day as a replay. And I've avoided Twitter like a plague, because I know if I just go on there, there's going to be all sorts of posts about who won and whatnot. And I want to just go in spoiler free and watch the best players in the world battle it out. I think they could easily raise the prize pool. Like $100,000 for first place, considering how hard it is. Yes, it's a lot of money, but like look at games like Dota or Counter-Strike or, you know, League of Legends. Like, they're like multiple millions just for the like person who comes first. I really feel like they could, like Hasbro, WotC, whatever, is a big enough company that they could crank up that number just a tad, yeah? Okay. Risky. Would love to top deck a 1-drop that I can play. Please. Oh god, here we go again, but at least we got what we asked for. Dimir, demons again. The list with the main deck Bronco is Javier Dominguez little twist on it, which is probably the next video that's going to go up on the channel, so stay tuned. And by probably, I don't know, I actually really like Seth Mansfield's like more... Oh, is he's going to risk it? Sure. Don't want to take that damage, do ya? Okay, I mean, we need to hope. I think what's holding up the priority is that. I want to land now. Okay. Still a land, please. Elbow. Okay. Bad luck, bad luck. Looks like he's gonna go for it. Oh, man. So hope it's not the Annex. Really? You're gonna do that? Again? Could be worth it, you know, like... Okay. That's one way to do it. Smart play. I would have probably done the same. Hala frickin' Aluya. Counter spell. No. Removal on the hero. We could just be dead. Yeah, we're dead, because he's going to flash in the Mastermind. And that's 6 plus 2, 8. Alright, definitely mana screwed. And we're running into a lot of this stuff, right? Like, again, very confused about these barrages. Definitely the Fealty. This time we're on the play, though. Yeah, like the shocks don't deal with much. When are we going to get a matchup where I can bring in those forges? Somebody with counter spells and, you know. I feel like everybody's doing the same thing, you know? Everybody watched Worlds and they're playing the Worlds lists. Yes, Fealty in hand, big removal, double mouse. Let's go. Please no duress. Please no duress. Please no duress. Please no duress. He'll take the Fealty. I would. Gosh darn it. Very typical start. Third land now would be phenomenal, frankly. Yeah. Please, please, pretty please. The Annex is their downfall, often. Wow, this is frustrating. How can you go from those matches we had in the beginning with so much flooding to like absolute nonsense, like. Land, please.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. Flesh will always lose.
I got a feeling he may want to minus here. No.
Become subdued.
Freaking Luya. What I can do now, next turn, is target my own Nemesis with the Witchstalker's Frenzy for the win. We win. Oh no, we don't. Just by a point. Oh no, he went straight to the 5. We win, we win, we win, we win. Okay. This is a cool line. Check this out.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
Bye. Epic. Whew. Again. Run it back. The one, like, thing I have to complain about watching paper tournaments is when that one world championship where we actually got to see it on Arena, you could see them sideboarding. Here they just cut to the next game for time saving and stuff, and you don't get to see what they're sideboarding, and that's always a little bit annoying. My lord. Insane. Insane. How the hell, man? I promise you, I'm so over this Argo. 2 one-landers. Mulligan into a second one-lander is just so devastating. I don't know how to deal with it, like... At least they mulliganed heavily. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Deep Cavern Bat. Wow. How toxic can you possibly be? You got another? Oh my god, dude. That is insane. Total insanity. Are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, the type of shenanigans that this game can somehow cook up for us. Opponent, 4 discard spells, us 1 land in the top 10. Is just too much, man.
Something suspicious.
I swear to God, bro.
And for once, it's not my fault.
What a joke. What a freaking joke. Watch, you'll have another discard. Oh no, okay, well. Now he'll just -2. Unbelievable bullshit, dude.
Regret that.
Blown away. Blown away by the levels of nonsense, bro.
You chose the wrong day to cross me.
Ah, Goose Fraba. Just breathe in, breathe out. And now we start drawing the lands when it's completely unnecessary. I don't know what to say, frankly. Quadruple discard spell into Liliana, and we have no land special.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
Wow, imagine we turn this one around. I'll lock myself to freaking oblivion. The flood of doom. He's got no man's lands, and even if he did, I would be okay with him blocking. Okay. You gonna block? I don't think so. You gonna give me a card? Please do. That's a lot of cards. But they're flooding. What more? Another anoint. Okay. Okay. He can't, block with the Arcfiend, right? Cut down. This drives me nuts, man. Game over. What a moron. Cool. Yes! Mono red. Holy crap. That was about as good as it gets, honestly. Like, worst possible draw. Double mulligan into 4 removal spells, Liliana. I mean, like, look at what we plowed our way through. That is disgusting. And we were still able to squeak a win out. That is the chef's kiss. Alright guys, we've arrived at the 1 hour mark. I think we've all seen enough of this. I just wish there had been a little bit of variance in the opponents that we faced, because there was literally zero reason to bring in something as slow as a Forge when we're playing up against 6/6 demons with flying, and that was the majority of what we played against. I have a feeling, just from what I've felt on the ladder, that one of those decks won the event yesterday. But I still need to watch it, like I said, so I'm just gonna reserve my judgment until I watch it. But I'm gonna jump back into the deck, leave it on the screen here for a second, and then I'm going to pop into the stats for you guys. Boop. Boop. Okay, 8 for 1. I mean, this was a free win, so maybe we don't have to count that. But overall, feast your eyes on, this is all best of 3 matches. There's clearly something to this, I would say. So I'm going to make this visible. Of course, you can copy it off of me. I'll leave a link in the video description to for those of you who don't quite know where to find these things, there's on the official magic.gg website, they post all of the deck lists that were played at Worlds. There's some really spicy ones, and I may keep those for future videos, like a little further down the line, but I want to work my way through all of the decks that were in the top 8. This was just, for me, the one that definitely fit my playstyle and that I was sure I would be able to pilot well immediately. I think I did a fairly good job there, even though we got some pretty bad mana screw and whatnot. Feast your eyes on those win rates, baby, and I'm going to love you and leave you. As far as like thoughts, again, we're taking a deck that was tuned to what a pro player believed would be the meta at a tournament in paper, and we're taking it for a spin on the best of 3 ladder on Arena. It's like night and day, completely different things, right? So perhaps if you would be playing this list on Arena and not in paper, you could definitely consider some changes here in the side. Personally, I felt like Lithomantic Barrage was a huge waste of time, but the Azorius Oculus deck is what I think this card was in here for. Also, they were expecting a buttload of Gruul prowess as opponents, which was the majority of the field, 17 point something %. And so Torch the Tower makes sense, as well as the Obliterating Bolt. I don't know. I leave it to you to sound off in the comments. You know, as we are all not as good as Quinn Tonole, and none of us have ever top 8'd a freaking world championship, regardless, I'd love your comments. How would you have built this list now that the Leyline is dropped out of favor and we're switching back to a more traditional mono red? Do you think it was a mistake not to have the Slickshot show off? I, for one, may decide in best of 1, when I continue to play this list early next season, cut the Hired Claw entirely and play 4 copies of the Slickshot show off instead. And that might make the list a little bit more explosive, and we have that aerial attack force, which, you know, often wins the games because they don't have blockers. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, as always, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video, sharing, commenting down below. All of those things are really easy, take 0 of your time, and help me out an insane amount. We've now broken through the 1,500 subscriber milestone. We're setting the next target at 2,000 subs, so subscribe. But like I said, it's going to be it for this one. I'll see you all in the next one with another top 8 Worlds Brew, and until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab signing out. Peace, y'all.